Yo boys, let's get into today's price action. Today was another W day, caught another win today, so that was nice. We'll go over that trade in a minute. But yeah, I also want to speak about this. So within today's live, I mentioned this is our draw on liquidity and potentially this high here as well. And then of course this one for ES already been taken as well, and then all-time highs there for ES. YM is currently trading into its weekly gap, but I am still very bullish just from the yearly SMT, so I would not be surprised if we see all-time highs again. Yeah, and also one thing I want to mention was today was Q3 within Q3 within Q3 within Q3 for the specific time that we trade. So Q3 of the yearly cycle, Q3 of the monthly cycle, Q3 of the weekly cycle, Q3 of the daily cycle, and then Q3 of the 9-minute cycle. So we were expecting a super explosive price action today. And also, of course, we know Q3 is mainly used for distribution, right? And we had obvious manipulation the day before during Q2, so we was expecting a bullish day today, which is exactly what we got, okay? And then, of course, I said as long as we don't see an SMT with Tuesday's high, then we can expect higher prices all across the board as well, especially with Forex as well. They took yesterday's high, so no intermarket SMT there either. And then from there, I was just expecting higher prices. When I came into the charts, I saw that price closed above London's high across all assets. So again, no cracking correlation there, so I wasn't expecting London lows to get taken at that point. So we did have a intermarket SMT, so we had all of Forex creating a value swing on London's high, which is why I did anticipate this drop lower, which is what we had here. 15-minute PSP there with our PSP entry, as you can see on ES and YM. Total soup that PSP and then drop lower, and also that was paired with a micro, so that was a clean short. But of course, like I always say, trading against the order flow, you're just trading the retracements, right? So I prefer to take the ones in line with the order flow. So I expected these highs to be taken because, of course, SMT highs and lows hold a lot of liquidity above and below them. And then at that point, scaled to the 5-minute because I didn't expect London lows to get taken. So I was just waiting for a lower time frame crack. And as you can see, we got one here. So between Q2, Q3, value swing there for NQ. And turtle soup there for ES. Also, the candle that turtle souped it was a PSP, so we closed bullish there at 9:30 on NQ, whereas we closed bearish on ES. And then also YM obviously clearly took Q2's lows and then closed below it as well. Okay, so clear crack there. So now we're expecting distribution after this has occurred. So down to the 1 minute. As you can see, I call this paper trade here. Pretty much, I said that I didn't want to take this on my actual accounts just before indices open, equity open, sorry. Just in case it did want to wick lower, but you can see at 9:30 it did wick lower, but it created a micro SMT as well. So between Q1 and Q2, as you can see, ES wick below it and closed below it. So two cracks there. So of course from there we are just looking for longs. You can see we formed a gap here after the expansion, after the manipulation. We tapped into the gap. It wasn't an SMT fill-in, unfortunately, although if it was like a gap on multiple assets, then I definitely would have looked for a long within inside this gap here. Oh yeah, also this is just a little paper trade, just entered it at 9:30 and you can see it played out beautifully, beautiful expansion right there. But yeah, that's not too important anyway. And then yeah, of course after this we're just expecting distribution higher. Also I just clocked as well that we entered during Q3 of the microcycle as well, so technically Q3 of Q3 of Q3 of Q3 of Q3 of Q3, which is insane. But yeah, it always gives explosive price action when you get overlapping quarters. So the entry that I did actually take here on indices, I'll go over it, was down to, it was, ignore this top one here, I don't think it was this top one. Actually no, it was the top one, sorry, it was this one that I ignored. So there was many entries here. So there was one, I'll go with the 5-minute one first. I didn't take this one, but one of the boys during the live did. So this was 5-minute gap there, first gap that formed after the SMT, becomes higher probably. So now we're looking for a cracking correlation within that gap, of course. And as you can see, ES filled that gap completely. Wait, no, sorry. Yeah, ES filled that gap completely, and so, oh yeah, and then NQ just created a value swing. It failed to fill the gap at all. And then YM as well, filling it just by 50%. So multiple cracks within that gap, and then you can see prices expanded away from it, and you could have caught a beautiful long from that. The entry that I took was before that gap formed though, so it was on, where was it? This 9, I don't know where it was. Yeah, it was here actually, 9:45 I believe. So you can see this candle here closed bullish, Wait, no, my bad. It was this candle here, 950. So you can see this candle here closed bullish. So I was expecting this, like a strong closure bullish. So we're expecting higher prices. Also a PSP there. So now I'm looking to buy within this 5-minute candle. So I waited for it to open up low, scale to the 1 minute. As you can see, just getting the most precise entry possible. This was not the entry, so I'll take that away. But basically it was that 5-minute candle. I was expecting it to open up low, as you can see it did on the S, and tapped into this. No, not that candle, bro. I've been getting confused lately because it looks the same. It was this candle here. Now it was 950 5-minute candle that I bought. You can see scale to the 1 minute. It opened up low, the first half of the 5-minute candle, tapping into this gap, creating a SMT fill. It was all the way up here at the time on NQ. And then I waited for it to reject from that gap, which it did, and then I bought on this candle here, so the 953 candle. So when this candle closed bullish, I wait for this one to open up low, stab into this one, and then run higher. Stop loss on here. So as you can see, stop loss there, entry was around there, and then just 1 to 3 right there, as you can see. So nice and clean there. That was the entry that I took on indices, but again, that 5-minute entry there, SMT fill, wait for the rejection on the 1 minute, and then you could have took that anywhere and then just rode that up as well. Okay, so yeah, pretty like super clean day, to be honest, on indices. A few entries, but it did expand like pretty heavily, so I could see why maybe you might have missed your entry at some point during today. But again, definitely a few entries there. And then Forex was weird because I was expecting Forex to go higher as well, because obviously intermarket bearish here. I was expecting this to be a retracement lower to then go higher, but it looks like Forex just did its own thing today. They just went lower, which is kind of weird, because we had the dollar running higher and then indices following it as well. So yeah, definitely weird there. Yeah, it is what it is. We did get a bullish daily here between Monday and Tuesday, and then we got a decent move higher there, and then obviously we had this bearish daily here on these highs, intermarket daily, sorry, and then we just ran low end. We've been basically just pretty choppy for the whole entire day. No, the whole entire New York AM session, sorry. So yeah, again, like pretty low probably day there for Forex, to be honest, if you were trading Forex, but indices was super clean. You can see also that Tuesday low that it put in yesterday, so when it created a failure swing on Monday's low, the intermarket weekly, is still holding, as you can see, and we have taken that previous day high on Forex. So I still just personally think this is a retracement lower to then go higher. Maybe we dip below the true week open, as you can see we did there. I'd like to see a closure above it and then maybe back higher again. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much today's price action. And then you can watch tomorrow's daily outlook that I'll be posting right after this as well, if you're interested in that. So yeah, I'll catch you boys later.